This is Prep Rally, brought to you by the Northwest Arkansas Democrat-Gazette. Two of the most storied girls basketball programs in the state met Thursday in the Class 6A state championship. Fort Smith Northside with 13 state title game appearances, and Fayetteville with its 8 state championships were the last two teams standing in Class 6A. Now, it took 2 overtimes to do it, but Northside claimed its 8th state championship 52-51 as Hatiana Relaford hit a driving layup with under 10 seconds left in the second overtime to clinch the title for the Lady Bears. Relaford scored 20 points for Northside against her former team, and her teammate Tracy Brashears added 16. A University of Arkansas signee, Jersey Wolfenbarger, was held to 7 points on 1 of 19 shooting before she fouled out, but Northside was able to overcome a rare off game for Wolfenbarger. Now, Fayetteville had a chance to win it after the Relaford layup in the closing seconds, but never got a shot off. Now, 4 players did score in double figures for the Lady Bulldogs. Our Henry Apple spoke with the jubilant Northside coach Ricky Smith following the game.
Ricky, this was the first championship game you ever experienced. Playing with the shot clock, you've now had a year of the shot clock. How much did it affect the game today?
It kept me from getting too uptight, because when we got down 5, I think maybe 7, I knew they had 35 seconds to get a shot off. Even late with a minute and a half to go, they had 35 seconds to go. And so for me personally, it gave us an opportunity to stay in the game. Now the other end of it, we had a 2-point lead, kept them in the game a little bit too. So I'm a fan of it. I mean, it could have got real ugly the way we were both shooting it. One of us could have pulled it out and held it, and it would have got real ugly had the shot clock not been in there.
How have you adjusted your team as far as your offensive flow and defensive flow as well with the shot clock?
You just make adjustments. You play to your kids' strengths. You know, we didn't do a very good job making adjustments today, though. Offensively, we were, it was not a very good performance, but it is what it is. You find other ways to win. And, I've coached teams that we've had a dynamic point guard. I've had teams where we've had dynamic post players. I've had teams that we pressed and won with. I've had big teams where we rebounded and won with. And today was just ugly. Just find a way to win. Point here, point there. And so just the opportunity to be around kids that believe in you, believe in the program, and will do whatever it takes to be successful is why I still coach. I mean, 12 trips to the finals, and I used to have brown hair and a lot of it, but it's stressful. But I love my kids. I love Northside High School. Love what our principal's doing for us and our athletic director. And so, Yanni Relaford today played phenomenal. I thought she took it to the basket there, made a huge move, and hit the game-winning shot, and then come up with a defensive stop on that end. But Tracy Brashears for 3 years has quietly played her role, stepped up, hit some shots, hit some free throws. Today they were doubling and all over Jersey, and so other kids had to step up, and so they did. And
Brashears was named the game's most valuable player. The Oklahoma State signee also had 13 rebounds for a double-double and hit 3 3-pointers for the Lady Bears. Now, in Class 6A boys, North Little Rock got 26 points from DJ Smith and 19 from 7-foot junior Khalil Ware in a 65-55 win against Little Rock Central. Now, in Class 4A, 2 teams from the 4A1 conference met in the title game. That should come as no surprise, as the 4A1 is widely regarded as the best 4A girls conference in the state. That is a fact, not an opinion. Now, Alex Hill, who transferred from Alpena to Harrison last summer, she was sensational for the Lady Goblins, leading them to a 68-54 win against Farmington on Saturday down in Hot Springs. Now, the senior, who is headed to Arkansas Tech, scored 30 points and had 10 rebounds for Harrison. She absolutely dominated the court at both ends. Our Henry Apple spoke with Harrison coach Kristen Williams following Saturday's game.
Yes, great year. I say great year now, but it was a trying year with COVID. In November, we didn't know if we would even be here or not. So, first of all, glad to be here. It's even better to get to finish it out with these 5 in front of me. We've had a lot of injuries, and they've overcome, had other people step up. Couldn't be more proud of their hard work every day. I don't think we took any days off in practice, and it's a long season, and these girls never wavered from what we had in mind, which was sitting right here in front of y'all.
Kristen, it was your fourth meeting between Harrison and Farmington. Not a lot of secrets to hide, but maybe what did you try different in this game that you didn't try in the first 3 games?
I've been telling them I don't feel like we put a full game together yet. I knew what we had to offer, both offense and defense, and we would play really good at defense and then kind of struggle offensively and vice versa. They finally put it together, and I feel like it wasn't any secrets. I wasn't surprised at anything today. This morning they were aggressive. They were the most aggressive team. We actually rebounded. They are probably glad they have to hear that from the sideline screaming at them. They probably have nightmares. But they just put a full game together. I'm not surprised. I honestly feel like we were the better team throughout the year.
Now, this win was Harrison's first state championship since 2004. It also marked the 4th time that these two teams have met this season. Now, for Farmington, Tori Kersey she had 27 points and 10 rebounds in the loss. In other state championship games this weekend at Hot Springs, in Class 2A boys, former West Fork star Josh Farrell's Caddo Hills team came up a little short. They lost in double overtime to Mariana 62-55, but what a tremendous coaching job that Coach Farrell did, and he's a name to keep an eye on in the future. In Class 2A girls, Melbourne, now they are the #1 ranked team in the state overall. They won their 3rd consecutive state championships. They blasted Salem 55-34. And in Class 1A boys game, now Greer's Ferry Westside, they probably thought they were seeing triple after their 62-47 loss to Viola. Viola has a set of triplets on the team, the Luna brothers. Now Mason Luna had 21 points in the game, and Bryson Luna had 16. Austin Luna, he had 3. Oh, and by the way, the team is coached by their dad, Rick Luna, who also led Dora to the Class 1A state championship in Missouri last season. Now here's a look at all the scores from the state championship games played last weekend in Hot Springs. So that wraps up this basketball season in the state. The players overcame a lot to get this season finished, with COVID-19 still an issue 1 year after last year's state championship games were shut down. But we want to congratulate all the state champions, and really we want to congratulate every team in Arkansas. You are all winners this season for battling through what you had to do this season. Major props to everyone involved. Also, be sure and check out our weekly Prep Rally podcast. Now, that's every Wednesday, as we talk to area coaches in all sports along with other special guests from across the state. The Prep Rally podcast can be heard on SoundCloud, Apple, Google Play, Spotify, and Stitcher, so be sure and check that out each week. That's it for this week's show. Now, we'll be off next week, but we'll be right back in 2 weeks to dive into spring sports. Thanks for watching.